Welcome to TVR Universe. This is the TVR Universe, and I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I make weekly YouTube videos that will give you value. But we're not here for that. We're here to show you how to use your YouTube studio on your PC. So let's crack on with that value. Hello, welcome. Right, let's crack on with what we want to see. So this is the YouTube studio. And I'm going to show you, if you may know some of this already, you may not. If you're new here to YouTube or new to my live streams, welcome. If you've been here for a while, you may know some of this and you may not. So let's just have a rundown of what is new at the moment. Now, one little thing I want to share you guys is definitely check out the Creator Insider. It's a weekly videos produced by YouTube themselves. And they just give like a little rundown of like news and stuff like that. And sometimes it's sort of, whatever. And sometimes it's actually really helpful. So YouTube, if you're watching, awesome. And awesome to you guys. I just want to say that was really cool. And that's something I would recommend for you. Now, obviously, you have like a brief news, which is really cool, where they advertise little things that you may want to update on your account, stuff like that, which is quite useful to know sometimes. Ideas for you, like, again, if you want to learn more about filmmaking, stuff like that, they send you links to videos about that. And something, actually, if you haven't already, I would definitely check out the YouTube Academy and just look at a topic that you may be struggling with, and you can learn a bit more how to do that properly, so you don't get yourself into any copyright issues or any problems, or perhaps you're just curious about how to do something you're not quite sure. Everything is through that, so just have a brief look if you're unsure, or you could just watch any of my videos. Now, something I find really helpful, your latest video or one of your latest videos is always shown here. You can actually customize this, I believe, but I don't tend to. But this is really handy. You can see this information in your YouTube Studio app on your phone as well. And what's really cool here, so my Canon M50 Mark II review video, it's done quite well. I only posted it Tuesday, so it's doing all right. It's all green. By the look of it, people are liking the thumbnail, which I'm really happy about, because I was a bit unsure what people would think of that, and the proof is in the pudding, so to speak, though it hasn't had thousands of views yet. But it's quite nice to see. But what's really cool, you can hover over the ranking, and this is compared to how long this video has been up compared to other videos within your channel. So this newest video is doing the best so far compared to my other videos. That's really encouraging. So that's something I would personally, for you guys, take note of. So if you start to make videos that are doing well, definitely think, right, I'm going to make more of that type. I don't just mean make the same things over and over again, but I don't know, if you're a gamer or cooking channel, whatever your channel's about, if you make about certain things, perhaps go, right, I can make a playlist to this, and maybe make 3 or 4 videos or even 10 videos around that topic, and that will help grow your channel. But at the same time, I would highly recommend, just for your your core audience, your core subscribers that watch your content every week, and for yourself to occasionally test. So something I'm playing with at the minute is maybe doing 2-3 videos I know that will grow the channel, but occasionally I'm going to do a video that's still within the niche of my channel, but maybe just a bit different, so my core viewers gets a different type of content, and it keeps it fresh for you as a creator. You're probably thinking, what's that got to do with the channel dashboard, if you so speak, or the YouTube studio? Well, it's all sort of part of that, isn't it? It's all sort of part of helping you as a creator. So you want to see your views, you get a little traffic light type of thing. So at the moment, this is on the up 7%, which is really good. I sometimes get between 1 and 4%. So to get 7%, I'm really happy with that. If you can get over 5%, that is awesome. And again, the traffic light just gives you a rough indication of how well that thumbnail is doing compared to other videos, again, within your channel. And something I'm guilty of, I'm always looking at, perhaps some of your channels, or just, bigger channels of mine, are thinking, I wonder what they get compared to me, and blah, blah, blah. But I would really, do something that I don't do, and that is just concentrate on your own stuff. Compare yourself. Obviously, maybe look at your competition, but try not to, get over sort of worried about it type of thing. I'm just going to say, hello, welcome DJ Jubs and Lady Kutso in the house. I just thought I'd do a random shout out to both of you awesome people. Welcome. Feel free to ask your questions. I'll get to them as soon as I can. So the other thing I would recommend is publishing videos. Really cool. This just gives you nice little feedback. Actually, I would highly recommend using your YouTube Studio app to sort of see how your latest videos are doing. You can compare your videos on the go, but I would highly recommend, if you have a desktop, Mac, tablet, or even set your phone onto desktop mode, which you can do, just to look at the bigger scale, because you get much more options on the PC version. Just to give you really rundown. So on the published videos, this will show you most recent 4 or 5 videos, and you just at a glance you can go, right, that's had so many likes, yeah, that's done all right. And again, you can use this engagement because you can ask people, you can ask your viewers, and of course they will give you feedback, and you want that. But YouTube ultimately is the ultimate person to listen to, because that tells you the truth. Because in a nice possible way, family and friends will probably tell you most of your videos are great, and unless you got someone who's really sort of cynical or really honest, you might not always get maybe the constructive criticism that you need. And so YouTube will tell you what's doing good, what isn't, literally by the engagement that you're getting. So I can tell straight away that, again, last week's live stream actually did all right compared to other ones. My N100 unboxing video has done quite well. It's got quite more engagement compared to some of my other videos, so that's something to think about. I'm not planning to rush through any more unboxing videos, but something I should perhaps do, as I just knocked my other camera. Wow. And this is just something cool, so you can perhaps look at that in more detail later. And then over here you got your channel analytics. Really cool. You can go into the depths of your channel, again we might perhaps look at later, see how it goes, but just briefly you can see how many current subscribers you got, how many you gained or lost. I've actually lost a couple this week, but that's all part of it. Something I try not to take as, I used to get really funny about it. If I lost one, I was like, right, I'm gonna lobby and get some more, and and find ways to get more subscribers, and post more videos that next week and stuff like that. But it's something I'm learning as I'm going along. Is definitely, it's just part of it. They could have just deleted their channels, they might just not dig your content anymore. It could be something like maybe they've been banned, and most of the time you never know who these people are and why they've left. So I would personally try not to worry too much about it, and if you ever get too worried, I would click on the channel analytics, and I would then go to see live count. And it has gone down a little bit, but if you go back to 90 days is a really nice thing to do, because you can look at your subscriber count. I had a little bit of a dip, and then I really started pushing the channel again in July, and you can see subscribers are gradually going up. And if you want to make yourself look really good, look at the last year, and you can see gradually my YouTube count. I love doing this actually. If I've ever had an off day, or I'm just working on the channel and thinking, I wish I had more subscribers, I should have 1,000 by now, I look at that and think, you know what, Dave, you are gradually going up. Okay, you had the occasional dip, but if you look over the year, I've literally over doubled my subscribers. So really I should be quite happy with myself and not be so hard on myself, as for some reason it doesn't want to work now. Oh, there we go. So that's really cool. Just while we're here, you can look at the views, the watch time, how many subscribers you've gained. Something I would definitely recommend is looking at your content. I'm just going to briefly say, definitely look at your videos and try to look at them and see which ones are getting more views, which ones get more comments, more engagement, which one's got the most likes, and then try to figure out why. So say, for example, I'll click on my unboxing video, which I was really happy with this. That's sort of down there, but that's compared to shorts probably. But as you can see, you can click on here, average due duration just in 50%. I know that was over 60 at one point, which I was quite happy with. But as you can see, had a bit of a dip, and it might not look that great, but actually it's had quite a few views now, so I'm quite happy with that. And what's quite cool, it highlights a bit, so let's just have a look at that. Hello guys, I just thought I would share this moment with you. I must admit, I did sort of get ahead of myself and have to just open it because I was so excited. Basically, This is going to be a box opening of the Canon M100, a camera I've wanted for a while. It technically has a younger brother now, the M200, but I just thought for half the price for a camera that's all... Now YouTube was telling me there was a little bit of a dip there, which you tend to get at the beginning of a video anyway, and I would say that's just because it's an unboxing video and I take a bit longer to get into the video, so that's perhaps why I have a bit more of a dip than I perhaps do on other videos. So if I have a look at, say, that one, for example, here, much nicer graph. So even though it only says 46, more people have watched for longer, so it's got more views and stuff. And you can see it's much more. There's lots of like where people have clearly skipped. I suppose people just do that. But as you can see, most people have sort of watched the bulk of the video. And you might want to click to here, say, and just... And why do you want the Canon M50 Mark II? And because I'll start talking about it in a slightly different way, perhaps they just thought it was the end of the video anyway. And that's probably why people started to dip off. So that's something, something to bear in mind. But I really like the dashboard. So that's something to make yourself sort of feel better if you're having an off day, or you're thinking, oh, why aren't I getting the likes and subscribers I want to get? This is really cool, actually. The top videos, now I can see straight away this is something that you should really take note of on your channel, and straight away I can see the M50, the Canon 1300D. It's clear to me that YouTube is screaming in the face that cameras on my channel is just the way forward. If I like it or not, whenever I talk about a fairly popular camera, it's clear that more people dig those videos. So if you just click on that again, and if we look, so you see here, these are the top videos in this period. Canon 50, okay, start your YouTube channel, that's cool, a bit like we're doing a YouTube video tonight. The M100, so I've got at least a couple more videos around the M100 coming out over the next few weeks. I've also got a big announcement which I forgot to announce, that I'm going to tell you at the end of the video, so stay to the end of the video for that. Easy the road. I won't bore you all the details, but basically sort of take note of that, because that will tell you what videos are doing well, where your average views are coming from, either your live streams or uploads. That's if you do live streams. I would hit the like button actually, or comment in the comments below, or in the live chat if you do live streams and why. I personally think they're a great way to grow your channel, and more importantly, grow the commitment to your core viewers. They get to know you, you get to know each other, I get to know you, you get to know your viewers, and it's just a really nice way to grow your community. This is really cool. Let's have a brief look here. This is live. See if there's any comments in the chat. There's some random spam. Put in the comments below if you ever get random spams. There's random numbers. They're just bots. Don't worry about them. Just delete them or take no notice. I won't worry about them. I haven't had many recently. But you go through phases. I don't know if you guys do. And I'm always clicking on the recent subscribers. It doesn't always tell you, but I always try to make a point of subscribing back to people. If any of you watching now, for whatever reason, know that I haven't, however you know that, just send me a message. I'm more than help. And that's not a sub for sub. That's just me saying, if you're someone that watches my content, you get value, you subscribed. I just think it's cool, good practice to subscribe back, but that's not in a sub for sub way. What's new in Studio? So fast uploads in YouTube Studio apparently. Did anyone notice? I didn't, but I did notice Nick Newman on Twitter said the other week about he was struggling to upload videos. So please feel free to put me in the comments below if any of you have struggled. That bug has been fixed. A cool little feature actually on the phone Studio app at the bottom. I noticed if there's a really obvious bug that YouTube's aware of, it gives like a little update. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed that. So it's really cool. Makes you feel part of the YouTube community more and all that sort of jazz. That's something that I think is really cool. If you're getting value, smash the like button. Check out our merch. We got loads of it. Link in the description. Value. So that's all the dashboard. So going over to content then, a bit more details. You can see I've got 3 videos ready to go. More about that later. And I would, as I said earlier, really take notice of making playlists, see what videos do well, occasionally test something new, but just try to make, once you're starting to identify what content is doing well on your channel, make as many of them as possible, but just occasionally mix it up. Like I was saying earlier, or for those of you that weren't here earlier, or have skipped or whatever, definitely test to make it fresh for you and for your core viewers. That's something I try to do. I do have a video coming out in a week or two that's going to be very different to my more recent bits of content, just to mix it up for you guys and for me when I was editing. It just makes it fresh for all of us, for those here within the TVR universe. Smash if you're getting value. Smash the like button. I really recommend your playlists. Now, something I think you should then look at is customizing your channel. I'm not going to look at my channel in detail tonight. I'm just going to sort of, for those of you that may or may not know, you have two trailers now on your channel. Those that haven't subscribed and those that have. I used to just do my most popular video, or sometimes I do a trailer. And what I've done actually recently, I've done like a little shorts trailer for those that haven't subscribed, so they sort of get welcomed into the channel. And for those of you subscribers that watch every week or have just recently subscribed, I tend to put my newest video just to give you the most value. And then what I've done, you don't have to do this, but this is just what I think is cool, more for the core viewers. So at the top, I've got a playlist that is purely my most recent videos. Now, I know you got uploads, but I think it's just good to customize your own playlist, because you can write a little description in it. You can tile it however you want to tile it. It just looks like you just taking the time to, put more effort into your channel. And I think, well, let me know in the comments below, but I like to think that that shows you that I'm putting in more effort for you guys, to show that I care about what, that the experience that you're getting on the channel. So that's something you want to think about. And so basically I've got a most recent value, I call it. But call it whatever you want, recent videos, recent uploads, whatever you want to call it. And I just tend to have the newest 4 videos. I've got 5 in there in a minute. And that's just so for, obviously if you come onto the channel over the weekend, for say, and I know that some of you do that. Lady Cuts did it the other day, I believe, and you can just go, oh, Dave's got a new video, cool, click, watch, wicked. Now I know you got uploads, but I just feel it looks better. And then just bear in mind that the top 2 or 3 playlists are the ones that people are going to see first and probably most likely to click on, and it's going to be more core people that are going to go down. But you've got, I think, 12 tabs now. It was 10, but they recently upgraded it to 12, and I would fill as many of them as you feel is necessary. But just bear in mind the top 3 or 4, the ones that most people will see. But for the core fans, or for those of you that just maybe know you personally, they might want to say, oh, what else does he or she do on their channel? And it just looks really cool if you just add a nice little playlist with a description, do a few series on your channel and stuff like that. So just some things to think about. And then I've just got the creators that I follow. I follow more than I can put in that really now, but the ones that for those of you that, I'm sure you'll know because I talk to you every week, but for those of you that I try to take the time to watch your content, because I know you watch my content and vice versa, I'll just have you there. It's more for me, actually, just so I can remember to watch your content, because, I watch a lot of content. And for those of you that matter most, I try to make the point to put you in it. So, yeah, and I'm really enjoying your value. But that's something I'll just bear in mind. And then your branding, obviously you've got your just a little brief power tip, actually. Smash it, like button if you're getting value. I would highly recommend, as a power tip, if you haven't already, having a really cool picture of yourself as your profile picture, and maybe an object to identify what your channel's about. Because you think about it, most people that come across you first on YouTube are going to be people that will just see you perhaps in comments on another video. So if you're a gamer, it'd be like a controller. I don't know, it sounds silly, but if you're a cooking channel, it might be a frying pan, or I don't know, with a cook's hat on, or something. I don't know, so that it just identifies, it's obvious what your channel's about. So I just have a camera. It just happens to be my favorite camera, but automatically 99% of people would automatically think, that's channel is clearly about cameras or filmmaking or something, or photography or something, and they'd be right when they click on the channel. So bear that in mind. And I've recently upgraded my banner. Let me know what you think. I've had a bit of feedback on that, which is cool, and that's really cool. You can now see what it looks like on a phone, TV and sort of laptop, which is quite nifty. I just did mine on Canva, actually. I tend to do mine on Photoshop, but I just thought I'd try out Canva, and it's very easy to customize it yourself and just do it how you like. And I had to find it funny because the banner that I use actually looks like one of my best mates, which I thought was really funny. So it actually could be him, or maybe it is him and he doesn't know. If you're watching this now, you know who I'm talking about. I'm just going to brief look to say, whoa, sorry guys, let's have a brief answer to these questions. Right, hang on a second. Right, let's just concentrate on some of these questions. We've got some chat in the chat. Hello, welcome. Right, let's have a look. Boom, 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 boom. Hi all. We test the. Oops. Okay. Hi. Hi there. The only problem I have was with one video. Check in. Hey Brad, welcome. Welcome, mate, welcome. The only problem I have with the one video was check-in took almost 10 hours. Oh, okay, sorry, you're answering that question. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Yeah, there was a bug in YouTube about a week ago, apparently, or a few days ago, where they were struggling probably with their servers or something like that. I believe that problem has been fixed, or it could be your internet connection. You probably already know, restart your router and that sort of thing, but I believe there was actually a bug. So try again recently and see if that has fixed the problems. Just before we crack on, I want to keep you guys there. Please throw your questions in the live chat. I'm just going to go into the questions now, just to sort of break it up a bit for you guys. And I've got a few questions here that I've had from Instagram, and I'm going to answer that question as well. So the first question was, is the YouTube Studio helpful? That was from some randomer on Instagram, and I would say yes. Very. It really identifies what videos, what the content's doing well, that sort of jazz, and I think from this video it proves that it's really good. Yeah, it's all cool. Oh, wicked. Yeah, I'm glad that problem has been solved, and I believe you're new here, so if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel because you rock. And if it's all cured now, awesome. I'm glad it has. I must admit, I haven't actually uploaded the video, a new video, because I'm a few weeks ahead of myself at the moment. But I'm hoping when I upload my next video, it'll be all right. So I'm glad it's cured. Smash the like button, all of you, if you're getting value. Right, second question was from Twitter, and it was, when should you post on YouTube? I'm guessing videos, content. I would say regularly around the same time. So the YouTube mechanics will learn that you post your videos at certain times, and it will send it to your subscribers and people that watch your content, not necessarily always subscribers. But more importantly, oh, wicked, thank you. If I haven't already, I will subscribe to you. Actually, if you don't mind, I'm just going to copy your name, just in case I haven't already. I probably have if you've subscribed for a while, but just in case I haven't, I'll just put you there just because you rock. Thank you for the subscribe. Yeah, so I would say post your videos in a consistent way. So I tend to post mine on sort of Tuesdays in the evening, sort of UK time. But obviously, I know a lot of my viewers are in America, so I am debating about maybe posting a bit later. And obviously, I do these live streams now on Fridays, and I try to do them weekly as well. And then occasionally, I do shorts and stuff like that. I normally post half an hour before my shows. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And actually, a little tip, Nick Newman shared a few weeks ago was that, say if you post, say for argument's sake, like on my Tuesdays, I post my videos at 7 o'clock every week. And what you may notice, for those of you that watch my content every week, you may notice that even though I premiered them for 7 o'clock, they will sometimes go live slightly before. Now, that's done for two reasons. One, because I'm impatient, but better still, the tip was that if you think about it, bang on 7 or 6 or 5 or whatever o'clock, and this goes for any sort of live streaming or videos across any platform. If you think bang on a certain time, this is a really good power tip, there's going to be loads more competition, you know, bang on 12, bang on 7 o'clock, bang on 6 o'clock, whatever the time is. But if you post 2 or 3 minutes before even, you will notice that you'll have less competition, because most people wouldn't think like that. They'd just be bang on half an hour past the time or whatever, and you'll be more likely to get spotted by perhaps new viewers. Your regular subscribers might be about to watch something and think, oh, such and such is on earlier, I'll watch that instead, and they get pulled onto your video before you know it. You got watch time and everything else. So I would highly recommend trying it out, testing it, see how it goes. I'm just going to have a look at the live chat, because it seems to be really busy now, which is really cool. Yeah, all cool now. Subscriber, awesome. I normally post half an hour before. That's awesome. I really dig shows, by the way. I'm always really busy at the weekend, but I do my best to check out your stuff, and I think it's awesome. D-Day Jubs and Lady Cuts, I love both your stuff, and I do generally watch yours literally every week or most of the time, because I just love it. I think it's great. Feel free to share your stuff on the Facebook group page. If I post too early, I tend to find people forget about. That's fair enough. If you find by posting early that you get less people watching, fair dues. Just if you know something works, because if we're DJs, we're content creators, YouTubers, the longer you do this, the more you sort of you do, don't you? You get a feel for your core viewers and your audience, and if you know that certain things work, just go with that. I would highly recommend just go with that. Just go with what feels is right. I usually post at night when there's really. Sorry, I usually post. Sorry, my reading's rubbish. I apologise. I usually post at night when they're ready. England here. Oh, okay, right. I get what you're saying, because most people in the evenings are scrolling on the phone and, oh, look, new video. Yeah, that's cool. That's probably why I post that. Well, that is why I post sort of later in the evenings if possible. I try to think, people have had dinner and all that sort of jazz. Damn right, from Lady Cuts there. I love the new black and white banner. Very professional. Thank you, Lady Cuts. I appreciate it. I'm always trying to make things give you guys more value, so I highly appreciate that. If any of you guys live now have any questions about YouTube or filmmaking, please put them in the live chat and I'll answer them as I answer this next question. How to get more subscribers? Come on, let's answer that in the live chat. You absolutely... Thank you, mate. Thank you. You rock more. Yeah, I just want to say I'm loving this live stream tonight. It's awesome. Yeah, so how to get more subscribers. I'm sure you guys probably know that more than I do. How do we get more subscribers? You just make good content. I'll tell you what, the amount of times I watch like Nick Newman's live stream, lots of other pro creators that teach YouTube and stuff like that, the amount of people that go, how to get more views, how to get more subscribers, you even see them just like, and as silly as it sounds, it is literally, if you just make, no matter what your content's about, if you make content that people relate to, they find interesting, they just find funny. I tend to go with the two rules of, if it's either entertainment, funny, whatever, or it gives value, stroke, solves a problem. You could argue that's free, but I say it's two. Then you're really likely to get somebody come on your channel. Blimey now. Yeah, the banner looks... Oh, cool. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. Thank you. Build a community. Exactly. Build a community. That's another great way to get subscribers. Build a community. A little power tip actually I'll share you guys is definitely, I know some of you are already, use platforms you find comfortable on. So if you prefer Instagram, Twitter, I've obviously got you guys on the Facebook community as well. Reddit is not one I haven't started yet, but a lot of people use it. TikTok, I know that is exploding. Probably the ones that I can't think off the top of my head. But if you have platforms that you're comfortable with, definitely share your stuff there. Even if it's like I'm always like, I might give some little things I share, but I'm always like, I think 2 or 3 days ahead of, leading up to my video and stuff like that. And I'm always like planning as a creator, right? What sort of posts could you do to entice interest? So, I'll share like tech that I use because that entice the interest of the type of audience I want and all that sort of jazz. And do the same, do have your cooking, gaming channel, DJ, you're doing your sets, whatever it is, your audience is going to be interested in what you do, if that makes sense, because you've obviously got a similar interest, so it's something. No, oh, you're making me blush now, D-Day Jubs. like and share if you're getting value. If you're new here, I just want to welcome you to the TVR universe and say that I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I make weekly YouTube tips and video tips to help you grow here on YouTube. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe now. And you already have, you know what? You guys rock. All right, you should try doing some of your shorts on TikTok. I know, I have thought about it. The only reason I haven't, I just think I already feel like I'm everywhere, so it's almost like there ain't enough hours in a day, but I do 100% agree, I probably should. Now, there's a couple new things on YouTube for doing live streams. There is actually like a trailer now, so they've changed when you premiere videos. You may or may not notice there's 3 or 4 different like trailers leading up to the countdown. You can also actually post. I don't know if there's a subscriber count to it or not. I have to look into that. I apologise for that, but I believe there is actually, you can actually add a trailer now which advertises your live streams, which is really cool. And also, just I've noticed, like I said earlier, that you may have missed it. There's now 12 tabs instead of 10 when you're customizing your channel. So if you like me and you've got loads and loads of playlists, it's going to be Halloween soon, so I'll be showing off some of my horror films I made years ago. Little pump out there for you guys. Twitter, Facebook, pop up, tune in, radio app. Yeah, damn right, everywhere. Share everywhere. That's awesome. I got thrown off Facebook for using a fake name. Oh, okay. No idea. That could have been YouTube. Facebook. It could have just been somebody just being awkward. I mean, I know for facts when you watch, especially on much bigger creators, they get people dislike before they've even posted the video, and you think, why? You know, this creator is really good. You've clearly gone out of your way. So perhaps if there's somebody being that, so if it's just a brand name that you've just made up, I would contest it. I would say send Facebook a message. A good way of doing that actually is go on to Twitter if you're on Twitter, and type in like Facebook support team, and there should be a Facebook support team page. And I recommend this for any company. Or another power tip, if you're struggling, I do this quite a lot with like YouTube. I think I've done it with Dell, stuff like that. They all have support teams on Twitter, so if you just send them a message, and they will quite often get back to you and help you fix the problem. So I hope that sort of helps. But I can't see why, unless it was like a legal reason, like, I don't know, a company got scared over it. But if it's literally just a name you've made up, and it's not offensive to anyone, I can't honestly see the problem personally. But this is the modern world where, in the nicest possible way, no offence to anyone, but people get offended by cheese. So there you go. Absolute value. Right. I just want to say, I've got a big announcement now. Big announcement that's going to upset a lot of you. Ooh, I know. I'm going to take a week off. Don't worry, it's nothing huge. I may or may not post Tuesday. I haven't decided yet. Probably won't. What I'm thinking of doing is just having a pure week off. No posting, no posts. And obviously every couple of days I'll just check to see if any of you guys have commented, and I'm probably going to start that from sort of Sunday. So obviously if there's any comments, you're watching this later down the road, I know, yeah, if any of you are watching this down the road or over the weekend and you want to leave a comment, I will answer it. And every couple of days I'll just have a brief look to see if there's any comments replied to. So please feel free to ask your YouTube questions or your video questions. More than happy to help. Just thought I'd do a shout out to the Canon 50, still my favourite camera. I just can't help myself. But yeah, I'm going to take a week off from about this Sunday till sort of next Sunday night, where I'll be back. So I'm just going to take a week off just to sort of give myself a bit of a time to do other things and all that sort of jazz. Sorry, and then I'll be back on the YouTube train to give you guys value. Let's say all together, you guys rock! You guys rock! You guys rock! Right, I'm going to do a brief after show after this mini interruption. For those of you that are new here and all the rest of it, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I'm going to do a brief after show for those of you that want to hang around for a couple of minutes. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you had value. Like, subscribe, share with family and friends, all that jazz. Check out our merch for absolute value. Link is in the description, along with other videos and content that you may find valuable. I'm also advertising the Canon M50 and the Zoom H1n microphone, which I'm using tonight, which gives amazing audio. I think you'll agree. If you're interested in buying them, check them out in the description. So I'm going to go to the after show. Thank you so much. And as always, guys, have a great weekend, because you guys rock. You're going to get value from this video. Right, briefly, I'm just going to have a brief look in the chat. I just want to say to those of you here, thank you so much for watching. It's awesome. I'm a Canon fan. Oh, yes. Who here loves Canon? I love Canon. Love it, love it, love it. Dave, the passionate about... I know. I tell you what, I love the M50. I got asked, I think it was by Bingeworthy Gaming here in the community, what would it take to take the throne of the M50? I was like, ooh, take the M50? What are you on about? But be brutally honest, it would probably just be the M50 Mark II. Ooh, because it's still the best camera for YouTube. I've noticed that Sony got scared because they did release a really good Sony ZV-1, say that 10 times fast after a few beers, which is a really good camera, but you can't change the lens. And I've noticed they basically brought out the same camera, but they've called it blah 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 the same, but E10. As far as I can tell, it just means you can change the lenses, which is something the M50 could do anyway. But that again will be a very good video. But you know, without spending way over $1,000, and if I, you know, got to a point where I was doing this like all the, you know, even more than I'm doing now, I would probably go with something like the 90D. But then you're talking 1600, where the M50 you can get one for 400 or 500. So there's a massive difference. So for way under $1,000, but not literally, obviously you could buy cameras for like 50p, but I wouldn't recommend it. But something I would recommend, if you only want to spend like, you know, 200 or 300, you can get a second-hand Canon M100. It hasn't got the external microphone, but it has the same lens. You can still interchange the lens. Has a flip screen, like a blogging camera. Really good. You'll see next time I post a video, I think that'll be the video I post, and it produces really good video, takes fantastic photos if you just want to use it for photography. And that's the camera I recommend. It is being replaced by the M200, but again, the only thing I can really tell is it's got a few more features. It perhaps live streams a bit easier, but it costs $500-600, which is pretty much the same price as the M50, which can do more, which makes no sense. Sorry, Canon, but what's that about? Let's see what's going on. We can Canon printer. Yes. You know what? Next time I buy a printer, I'm very tempted. Canon, if you're listening, I'm very tempted to buy one of your printers next time I need a printer. The only reason I haven't recently is because I only tend to print occasionally at the moment. Yep. That never works. Yeah. Who here finds all printers get confused? They're like the most easiest gadget to confuse in the world. It doesn't matter what the make, how old or new the printer is, it gets so easily confused, it's unreal. And I'm running out of water, so I'm going to have to go soon. But I just want to say I've really enjoyed tonight's live stream. What's that say? Blah, 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 blah. I can get really close. What? Okay. Oh, sorry. I have 5 cameras, about 6 lenses and 2 sets. Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. I've got 3 Canons now. I've got the M50, the M100. I've got an older 1300D plus a point and shoot camera. I love them. I think Canon cameras are brilliant. And I'm not saying other makes aren't great. I'll be brutally honest. Sony's really good. Pentax is really good. You know, there's 2 other really good companies now. I just like Canon. I just think they just give value, and a lot of creators would agree. Blah blah blah. We've been told we should buy a decent webcam for when we're streaming 1080p with a mic. Yeah, it's difficult, webcams. If you're interested, the camera I'm looking at getting is I can send you the link to it, but it's called the Logitech Logitech, sorry, C9 920, so C920, and that's supposed to be one of the best cameras. It costs about 70 quid, and it's supposed to be one of the best web cameras, and that's something I'm debating about getting, but I have learning the hard way. Yeah, I can get too close. I am discovering that I probably should use one of my cameras, personally, for best live streaming. All the professionals, or even just YouTubers and people on Twitch and stuff like that, they all use proper cameras just because the lenses are incredible. So if there's a way, I mean, you can do it, you can get yourself, I should do it, I've got the equipment to do it, I just don't, because I personally find webcams is easier. You just plug in a USB and off you go. But it might be something you want to play with if you do have a camera. All you really need is a capture card with a USB 3 cable, and then a HDMI cable that goes from the capture card to the camera, and then off you go. But the thing with them is you have to play around with settings and stuff like that, so it just makes it more awkward. But watch tutorials on YouTube and see if it's for you. But I personally, if you want to get a webcam, then perhaps just get the low tech, or whatever it's called. Right, I'm going to leave you all now because I fancy a beer. I just want to say again, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed tonight. The community I'm really feeling the love. I just want to say I'm losing my voice. I have the 220, but much prefer my smartphone. Yeah, that's an actual really good point. That's something you might want to look at. Actually, for those of you that have a semi-decent smartphone, the truth is smartphones actually have far better cameras than any webcam, and all you have to do, because I have done it, I just prefer webcams, but all you have to do is download a free app, and you download the app on your laptop or your desktop, you intersync them or whatever, then I would recommend a USB cable, perhaps USB 3 if you can, for speed, and you'll get the amazing wide angle lens, and you won't have that frame rate difficulty with setting up a professional camera, or sometimes the picture lag that you get on a webcam. So if you can set up a smartphone, I would highly recommend it, because like I said, you just download a simple app. If you're interested, I can find out some useful apps for you, but I would definitely say do that, actually, perhaps instead of buying a webcam. So for DJ Jubs, you had asking that earlier, perhaps try setting up your smartphone, see how that goes. Okay, right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. So I'm just getting pulled in by all this awesome love we're getting tonight. Hope you enjoy the content. You guys all rock. Have an absolutely great weekend. Enjoy everything you're doing. And as always, guys, I just want to say one last time, let's do it together now. You guys rock.